How are you? Hi, everybody. How are you today? Time to talk the Real Housewives of Potomac. So today we're just going to talk about some things that are going on with the cast of the Real Housewives of Potomac. And the first thing we're going to start talking about is Candiace. Now, I don't even want to share this news with you guys because every time I talk about somebody being fired, people get in their feelings. I remember when I had to say Nene Leakes was fired. You're a Nene hater. You don't know what you're talking about. When I said that Tamara was getting fired, lies, all lies. Stop, Sharrell. I'm trying to tell you, when I get the info, I share it with you guys. Now, it's not like I'm firing them. I don't understand why people are so in their feelings, okay? We've been talking about this for weeks now. This should come as no surprise. But let me put it this way. I'm not going to use the word fired, okay? I'm going to use the word demotion. For all of those Candiace fans out there that can't take it, hopefully the word demotion is easier for you to accept. But really, it's a firing. Do I have to explain the process again? Bravo never fires anybody, okay? They don't do it. It's a process to it. What they do is they decide they don't want you back. Let's just talk about the Monique Samuels process that nobody believed. She didn't get fired. You're a Monique hater. She quit. She wants to stay home with her family. And then the next thing you know, she's on another reality TV show. They never fire anybody. They let you say whatever they want. What they do is they give you the shittiest contract known to man. Something that will humiliate you. They want you to not accept it. You know you're being fired. They know they're firing you. Not only that, they let you come up with any excuse you want as to why you're not returning, i.e. Cynthia Bailey. Oh, I just want to spend more time with my husband, Mike Hill, and then you go do Big Brother and you're gone for at least 6 weeks. Do you get it? This is how the process works, people. This is how the process works. They have not been liking Candiace for a long time. It started back in the season with Monique, and she actually sued Monique. Do you guys remember this? They don't sue. They don't play that. When Nene threatened to sue Andy Cohen, that was a no. They wanted Monique and Candiace to come together at the end. But Candiace was insistent in doing the most. Remember the sticky notes and everything. She refused. Got in the way of their storylines. They didn't like the way she was acting and the way that it all went down. Okay, never forgot. Let her come back. They didn't fire her that season because it would have been a bad look. They let her come back. So as I told you, and you guys check my videos, Bravo handed out the contracts a couple of days ago. Candiace got a contract. It was the shittiest contract. This is how they fire you. They usually do, I believe it was 19 to 23 seasons. So what they'll do, this is what they did to Monique Samuels. They offer you a contract where they wanted to bring her back for 9 seasons. So you get paid per episode. So that's messing with your money. First of all, then everyone's like, why aren't you on? Oh, you've been demoted. She wasn't too happy with the news. These are the rumors. Rumors for the sake of this video. But let me tell you, I know what I talk about. I haven't been sued yet. She was upset. They're always going to be upset when you get forced out, fired. Okay, for the sake of this video, demoted. She's upset because she's got a lot going on. Okay, so Chris did get the job, allegedly, for the sake of this video, at the VU restaurant. Remember, he finally got a chef job. So at least they won't be broke, because this is Candiace's main source of income, is the Real Housewives of Potomac. She says that she's into music, but let's face it, music is not going to take care of her as of yet. Now, I did hear that she was opening up for somebody. I can't remember who it was, so I can't talk about it now, but somebody famous. SWV. And open it up a couple acts for SWV. I'm not saying you're not going to make money one day as a full-time singer. I'm not going to say that, Candiace, because I'm going to be very gentle with you because I know you're devastated. But right now, you need Chris to work. So maybe you have that, especially since you don't have money coming in from Dorothy anymore. And what I'm being told was a deal breaker, pardon me, is when she didn't want her mom to film this season. And we were all like, what is Candiace and Chris without Mama Dot? I mean, she's okay, but we need to know what's going to happen with that storyline because it's real. Chris and the mom are a dunzo. They don't want to see each other. Remember, Candace's mom stopped coming around. It's a real problem that should have been handled on camera. I mean, maybe you can say Mama Dot has changed her mind. I don't know. Contracts are out. This is what stemmed this posting on her social media that caused an uproar because everyone was like, what is she talking about? Is she going to be fired? Is she going to be fired? Well, I'm not going to use the word fired. I'll say demoted for the sake of you. Well, when one door closes, another will open. She's in a quandary right now, people. She really needed this job. And she kind of knew what was going on. Remember, I made a video last year saying in the title, and we know she watches, Candiace's replacement is a scholar. Candiace meets her replacement. They've been wanting you to do it for the last season. You should have kind of cleaned up your act. Instead, you got worse. You were still had the same behavior this season, just irritating people, starting fights for no reason. Remember, she started throwing food at Mia. It's a done deal. So what will happen is either she will accept the demotion, where most of the time, if you have an ego, most people have an ego, you feel upset. I'll put it that way. Or you could have no ego at all, like Vicki Gunvalson, and come back where they're eventually going to push you out anyway. It's best to go out, up high, but maybe you could take the demotion and the money that they are giving you, and that will help, with the bills. That's what I would do. I have no pride. I would come on here and be like, they demoted me. Andy Cohen wasn't feeling me, mad because I sued Monique, and it is what it is. That's what I would do. But we'll see what she's going to do. Right now, she's pouting and posting. When one door closes, another will open. I don't know why she's shocked. Everybody's been talking about her not returning. It is what it is, but it gets even worse. It gets worse than being fired, pushed out, demoted. You choose the word. Yes, it gets worse than that. They have a replacement. Now, it's not a scholar. Allegedly, a scholar's not returning. I don't think anybody cares. Is that bad? I don't think anyone cares. But not only is she not returning, they're going to be replacing her with a friend of Gizelle. Friend of Gizelle. You guys know how close Robyn and Gizelle are. These two are going to be running the show. Okay? They're going to be starting trouble. It is what it is. We still don't know because of her, I'll say I don't know if Mia came out publicly and said she had cancer yet, but that's still up in the air. But she was offered a contract. Everyone, my heart goes out to you, Mia. Really sweet girl. But so you've got Karen left, who is made amends with Gizelle and Robyn, and then we're going to have a friend of the show, Gizelle's friend. What if she acts like Gizelle? Are they all going to go after Wendy? This is going to be an interesting season because, there's not too much of, they single people out. If I was on that show and I know that I have to bring the heat, I'm sorry, it is what it is. I'm coming after you again, Wendy, because who else are we going to go after? We're tired of Karen and Gizelle dragging each other. You made up. Let's leave it at that. It's going to be an interesting season. So that's what it is. If you were to ask me, yes, Candiace is fired, but for the sake of this video, demoted, unless she decides to take the demotion, the less hours, throw in her pride and respect and come back. And, when they humiliate you like they did Vicki Gunvalson, do you guys remember? when they humiliate you, they humiliate you. When they're done with you and you come back anyway and you don't follow suit and quit like everybody else, they're going to do you like they did Vicky. Remember, they wouldn't even let her sit on the couch at the reunion. She wasn't invited to some of none of the cast trips. I think you get paid for the cast trips. You get paid for the reunion. You get paid per episode. You know, you're on the screen 5 minutes. When they brought back Jill Zarin, we saw her head for like 5 minutes, back of her head for 5 minutes. It's going to be interesting to see what Candiace decides. But crying in public right now, I don't know if I would do that, but I'm going to go ahead and let you do that because you're in an awkward situation, because it wouldn't hurt if you're on a show as a full-time cast member while you're working on your music career. I would say auto-tune career, but people always drag me when I tell the truth. You always talk about Black women. I talk about who's in the news. Okay. It's called Hot Topics. Hot Topics. That's what I talk about. So I not trying to drag a Black woman, but Candiace, you are demoted / fired. It is what it is. So will we have an interesting season? And they were serious. I don't know. Maybe Gizelle's friend is going to bring the heat. We don't know. But as of now, I wouldn't return if I were you, Candiace. You've been demoted. What else do we want to talk about that's going on the set? Okay, so I want to talk about this gossip article. Let me get this over here. Gizelle and Robyn they're trending right now. They're trending because of this gossip. Where is it? Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Because of this gossip article that is just been posted. Everybody is going in on Gizelle and Robyn. Here we go. Let me put this up here. They're going in on them. They're calling them colorist, tone deaf. I don't know the word. You see, it's on Boss Up, the word that you want to use. And that's because they're comments that they made on their podcast, which got nominated for an NAACP award. So you might not like these two, but it's hard to get a nomination for an NAACP award. And when I say hard, I mean hard, because there are a lot of housewives that have podcasts. Candiace was one of them. That's not successful. That's not going to pay the bills. It's just hard to transfer over to another successful form of social media, even radio. I'll talk about that in a minute. But they're successful at it. But they made this comment, and Bossip captured the comment from blogger The Grace Report. Now, The Grace Report is sweet. I remember when I first got to 100,000, she sent me a congratulations email. She's really, really sweet. It takes a lot to piss her off. Let's go ahead and play the tape of what they said. Let me do that. And then we'll talk about if they deserve this backlash. People are going in on them. They're calling them colorists. I don't know if they're colorists. They might have pretty girl syndrome. They might be colorists. Let's go ahead and listen to it.
James Harden. Yes, going from the Nets to the Sixers.
But do the Sixers really know that's James Harden? Because no one can see his face. Because that beard is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. The other day, I was like, who is this dude? Oh, this is Harden. But how would you know? That beard is like down to his knees. There's fried chicken in the beard.
You know, it's so bad. I'm so used to it, I don't even notice it anymore.
But like that beard look is gone. Are we done with that?
I don't think so.
Listen, his is
clearly
horrible.
not. Yeah. He clearly loves his beard.
He does. I want it to be gone.
I just hope it's sanitary. You know.
Anytime I see them, I automatically know and feel in my gut that there's fried chicken in those beards. Fried chicken, grease,
watermelon.
There's some Coke 45 in there. Oh, watermelon. Now I'm being real racist. This is horrible. Let me just stop while I'm ahead.
Coke 45.
James Harden, I beg
some blunts. Definitely some blunts.
It's some blunts.
Some ashes.
The whole thing smells like weed. I know it does. Okay, I don't even know if he smokes weed. We're really sorry. Harden, cut the thing off.
So people are upset. They're saying they're coming off as two colorists. They said he had chicken in his beard, grease, and watermelon. Now we know the code word. When you put chicken and watermelon together in one sentence, people get mad. People get mad. Black people get mad, okay? Black people get mad. And they're getting mad. let me put this article back up. They're saying that it's colorist, it's disgraceful what they're saying. And I'm telling you, the Gracie Report, she's really a sweet person. You got to be really, really pushing it for her to get mad. She wasn't the only one to get mad. It was the Grace Report. Thank you for capturing that and putting it on your TikTok, the Grace Report, so we could hear what was actually said. There's common folks. They're saying they're people are calling them bird brains. They're saying what they did is just as bad as Jenny Nguyen from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Remember, she put up some offensive reports. People are going in. They're saying they got a colorist attitude. Now, in their defense, and I'm playing devil's advocate here, I'm not telling you what side I'm on just yet, but in their defense, maybe they thought they were telling a joke and it just wasn't funny. You know, when you're a blogger and you got a podcast, I've been done this so many times. I said things that I thought was funny because I used to always go with the joke and it wasn't funny and backlash. But when that happens, you have to face the backlash. People are mad. Bonji says, not colorist, but prejudice and ignorant. Yeah, people are going in. People are going in. So maybe it happened innocently, but it doesn't help that they have a better than attitude. They really, really do. I'm not trying to be mean to them, especially Gizelle. She has pretty girl syndrome and better than attitude. And a lot of times they do come off as colorists, especially, you know, just the way that they treat the darker women on the show. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know. I just feel that they made a boo-boo. They said something wrong. Everybody's pissed. When you're trending, people are pissed. And now you got to do what you have to do, which is come out and apologize to James and to Black people that feel like you're being colorist. Now, if you don't do that, it's going to backfire. It's going to backfire on you because you can't be on a platform and piss off a whole bunch of people and not apologize. That's even worse. That will come off arrogant and like, who do you think you are? So you have to apologize, and you probably got a good, I'll give you 24 hours. You got to say something by tomorrow. If not, I got to drag you. It is what it is because there's no reason for you not to apologize. I mean, I don't know. People are calling them colorists. People are calling this. People are calling them that. You made a boo-boo. But with that being said, all of your cast members, all of the housewives are trying to be on some kind of other platform. Did you guys hear about Monique Samuels being on the lowest rated radio station in the DC area? Yeah, that's they fired about 5 people. Now she's on this morning show. It's not easy. So I don't think it's going to work out. The morning show's not that good. The ratings aren't increasing. It is what it is. So they, you know, I'll give them kudos. You guys do have a not award-winning podcast, but that doesn't give you the right to offend people, even if you don't realize that you're doing it. It is what it is. And I pinned the wrong thing. Hold on. And in a way, they're getting a taste of their own medicine. You know how they're always dragging bloggers like they don't know what they're talking about. No, now you know what it's like. You might say something that you don't mean or that you do mean, and when the backlash comes, it comes, people. It comes. Start taking a couple questions.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just saw this here right now about Miss Candiace. You know what? And I know you probably noticed. I love Candiace. Love her. And I mean, you know what's so funny? Whether she stays or leave. Okay, if she leaves, what we're going to have again is going to be the Dallas situation where Leanne Locken left Dallas and that show went down the drain. I personally don't feel that Candiace is not the star of Potomac. I know that. But for the last 3 seasons, I'm going to ask the audience: do we remember any other storyline of Potomac? No. Anything that had to do with Candiace is what we remember.
Mel, it's not that easy right now. We got pride and paychecks on the line.
Yeah,
If
I
she,
agree.
co-
Yeah, I
if
agree.
she, yeah, everyone's gonna be like, you got demoted. I'm
You
gonna
know,
have to drag her because that's what I do. People are gonna make comment on it, like
I
probably the cast.
Oh yeah, plus listen, Gizelle and Murray was skipping all over their Instagram, skipping around happy. Said when you got something to shade to tell your friend, they all happy on Instagram. I knew they would up to something. They would, but you know what? They would skipping too fast because look at they in hot water right now. So
Yeah.
those comments was just sort of what they talk about a lot of times on the show. But I guess the editors take it out because some of the girls always talk about how they just not really cognizant of some of the things they say. They are these beautiful, fair skinned Black women, and they have to be a little more careful how they talk. Now, I don't think that she's like that crazy lady from Salt Lake, no, but I think those statements were really disgusting. Like, I mean, why you want to talk about your brothers in the community, talking about they here, talking about them eating fried chicken and watermelon? Girl, are you crazy?
Let me ask you this, Mel. Let's go back to Candiace.
Mhm.
What would you do? You need the money, you need the exposure, but pride gets in the way. What would you do?
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
You know what? For me, I love her, but I think that this is what I think. It's business. At the end of the day, it's show business. So if the business is not, and look, I'm talking to you because you know about behind the scenes, you know about business. So if the business ain't working with your accountant, and you're gonna get pulled through the hell with those girls. If it's not, I think Nene said, "Pay me enough, and I'll be miserable with all the girls." So if they're not paying enough, then walk away. Even though I won't watch the show, I'm gonna say this: I will not watch the show if she's not there.
Not gonna watch?
No, I won't watch if she's not there because I love Candiace. Even though I don't always agree with her, I don't think she's right about everything. But I just think that I like the fact that she never backs down. I've always said that. I like she never backs down, even when she's wrong or right. They can't bully her or either or haze her. She's always going to she's always going to fight. I like that part about her. So for me,
let me tell you, Mel, you got to put pride aside. You say the most important thing to me is my paycheck. That's the most important thing to me. I would come back, and when I got screen time, I would bring it so good. Do you remember one year they demoted Portia?
Yeah.
Bring it so good that people forget I'm demoted, that they bring me back. That's what I would do.
You made a good point. So I was going to say one of my MVPs, and you probably love her too, is Miss Luann de Lesseps, honey. So point, so now at one point they demoted her. She was not even a part of the main title.
I forgot about that.
Come on now. Then Luann turned it out. She shouldn't have did. She got married to a loser. She got divorced. She got arrested, and she got drunk. She turned it out. So come on, Candiace. You know what? Don't fight with everybody. Turn it out. Do some other drama, whatever. But you're right. So when the girls, so I like Luann because she was very smart. She said, "Okay, I'm divorced. My kids are gone. Nobody's in my house. I'm a single woman. What am I going to do?" She got married to a crazy man. He was messing around all the people around town. Honey, I think he probably was in my neighborhood too, up here in part of Manhattan. He probably was up here too. But yeah.
You got to be smart. You got to be smart. And I would come back, forget what they're saying. This friend of the show that they're trying to replace with Giselle's friend, they're probably going to go after Candiace. Who else are they going to go after?
That's right.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Linda says Gizelle and Robert are colorists. Giselle's tagline was a colorist manifesto. A manifesto? Damn.
I forgot what her tagline was.
Sound off.
First of all, this is not the first time Candiace should have gone. Ever since the whole fight with Monique, her and Monique both should have not been on that show again. Candiace has no storyline without her mother, okay? We've seen Candiace in season 2 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. We do not need Candiace for RHOP to keep on going. She has not bring anything. The only thing that she has done on that show is get married. That was the only storyline of her own. That was the only storyline of her own.
Okay, well, Mel disagrees. He's saying all last season, all you talked about was Candiace, and the season before that with the fight with Monique, all you talked about was Candiace.
Sebastian is right, but I would tell Sebastian, I don't remember season 1, and I don't remember season 2 that much until Candiace got there. So that's just
now, Mel, you're doing the most right now. You're doing the most.
I remember season 1 well, when Gizelle didn't even know what etiquette was, didn't know where to sit. In season 1 well. Season 1, I remember that very well.
I
when
don't.
Giselle was trying to drag Charisse, when Giselle was trying to drag Charisse, while Giselle didn't know etiquette. I remember season 1 well.
Who's Sharice?
Candiace. Oh, I don't know where Charisse is.
No, I'm
Charisse.
saying I'm saying who is she? Who is this woman? I forgot who Sharice is.
You know who she is. I mean, but look, if she comes back as a friend to the show, just admit this, Sebastian, and really brings the heat. There's a possibility that she could come back, isn't it? A full time.
It will bring the heat. It will bring the heat. But I also think too, it's not just her who has to go. Robyn and Gizelle have to go as well. It has to be all three of them.
What? Oh my God! Who's gonna be?
Actually, Robyn is starting to have a story
every day.
I know, right?
What Gizelle and Rob? What they do?
Actually, no. Robyn is starting to have a storyline. Gizelle is just nothing. She's nothing there. Gizelle is just a pretty face there. That's all she's there for. Gizelle is just a pretty face. She has nothing. No storyline. Zero. Nothing.
Here you go with those shots again. You keep firing shots. Listen,
Robyn is actually getting married. Okay, Robyn is actually getting married.
When?
We don't know
Is
yet.
that a joke, Sebastian?
He joking about that. She ain't getting married in 2050, probably.
No,
you like Robyn better than you like Candiace?
No, I said Gizelle, Robyn, and Candiace have to be demoted or fired. Either they demote them, they make them Candiace. They make Gizelle Ashley. No, they make Giselle's Karen's friend and make Robyn Ashley's friend. Because I don't like how if you don't have a storyline, there's no reason for you to be on this show anymore. No reason for you to be on this show.
Okay, but you gotta. Okay, I got to stop, Sebastian. Stop.
I was going to say this to Sebastian. So, what storyline did Gizelle ever have from season 1 to now? All she did was be on the sideline talking about who's married to who got tax problems. She never had a legitimate storyline. The moment they asked her about storyline, then she get all defensive and mad about things.
Robyn had a storyline.
No, not
Robyn had a storyline.
Yes, she did. Robyn had a storyline.
I can't.
Robyn's storyline was how she went broke and everything. And then her house got foreclosed. And then what else?
No.
Robyn had a lot that has happened to her. She reminds me of Alexia Echevarria from Real Housewives of Miami, who also has a lot that goes on with her.
All right, I can't, Sebastian. I'm gonna need some backup. This is getting ridiculous.
Also, the comments about Robyn and Gizelle, they're not colorist. They are prejudiced and ignorant, but they're not colorist. They did not refer to anything of his skin color. They may have referred something of his culture, like the chicken wings, the weed, the watermelon. That has to do with the cultural thing. It's not colorist.
What's the difference to you between colorist and prejudice?
Colorist is when you describe, because colorist is when you have a certain bias or a certain tendency towards someone's skin color.
Exactly.
But when you have this cultural thing, this is a cultural thing. That's the difference. Like Jenny.
But would they said it if James Harding was a lighter skin tone?
I'm sorry, but the beard is kind of annoying. So I'm sorry. The beard is kind of annoying. But they would have said it either way. I think they would have said it either way. Because obviously these people date black men. Gizelle was married to a black man, for Christ's sake, who is the same color as James Harden. There is a difference between using this.
You think just because Gizelle has dark children that she's not colorist?
No, you can be colorist, but she's not colorist in this case. This case has nothing to do with colorism. This case has nothing to do with colorism. But the way she tried to drag Wendy all season last year, yes, there is colorism in that case. The way she tried to drag Wendy all season last year, there's colorism in that case. Because when you never talk about your mans, when people ask you about your mans, you never want to talk about it. That's but now you're all over Wendy and everything. That's the problem.
I'm gonna need you to pick a side, Sebastian, because you can't be colorist per situation. Bonji, sound off. What do you think about this?
Based on Gizelle and Robyn's thoughts on the show, I would say they are colorist because they have embraced the moniker of green-eyed bandits?
Yeah.
And they have never come out and said they are not for people describing them in that way. And there have been instances from season 1 where the other women on the show who are not as fair-skinned as they are they've used language which in communities of color we know is coded language for colorism.
You're right, Bungie. Actually, I
Yeah.
get what you mean, Bungie. I actually do think, because now I'm realizing. Remember how they treated Katie? They
Yes.
treated Katie like crap first
Yeah.
season. They
Oh,
were like,
yes.
they were trying to do it with her kids and everything.
Oh,
There was-
yes.
it was just crazy. They're like, what are your kids gonna identify as? They were doing
Yep.
Yes.
it was horrible.
Yeah. So,
I was gonna say
it's-
to you all. Oh, I was gonna say this one thing. If you ever saw this picture called "School Days" by Spike Lee, where basically
Everyone's seen School Days, right?
Okay, so Miss Sharrell, so you know what I'm talking about. So in both of in that film, you have the fair skinned, beautiful sisters, and then you have the girls who are the chocolate Nubian queens. But then what they did was they kept saying, "Well, your hair is this way," and then they kept going back and forth. Giselle's of that era, and she knows of that technology. She gets that feeling. So she may be a little dated and late, where she can go around thinking that she can still, use some of the things that she raised up on back in the day about who hears this way or whatever. So that's what I always get from her. I always think of Tisha Campbell in that movie. I always think of Giselle. And actually in some of her interviews, she said she was that way in college. She was hazing girls.
I think she did say that.
Yes,
she
did.
said that.
Yeah. She said when she was
what?
hazing. Yeah.
What did you say?
All right, Mel. Do they apologize? Let's put a bet on it.
I don't. Well, they should. If they want to keep, they want to keep everything kosher, they should definitely apologize for those terrible comments.
Sharrell, this is the apology they're gonna give. They're gonna give a Mary M. Cosby apology. They're gonna start off with, first of all, I am an African American woman. That's the first thing in that sentence of apology. Why?
Lord.
You'll see this very soon, either later on today or tomorrow, because those are the only 2 days they get to apologize.
Yeah, that's the only days. After that, we got to drag. We're gonna come back and drag.
That's
Bonji,
right.
what are your last words? I'm trying to bring in a lot of people today.
they should apologize because a strand of James Harden's beard is beyond anything that they're going to earn in their lifetime. He deserves an apology.
Damn. Is this called Dragon Day? Okay.
We gotta give him a pre-drag before we.
That's
give him a
right. Come on.
full-drag.
Yes. Thanks, Sharrell.
All right. Thank you, guys. I want to bring in a new group. Thank you so much for calling
Okay,
in.
bye.
Bye, guys. So funny. All right. We're trying to get in a lot of callers today.
Hey guys. Hi.
Hi, Michelle. Hey, Corey. Hey, Calvin. How are
Hey,
you?
Sharrell. I'm good. How are you?
Let's start with my girl, Corey. Sound off.
Okay, despite what everybody in the chat seems to think, Robyn and Gizelle are African American women. Okay, they are Black.
Okay.
They
I'm
just
gonna
got
let
some
you
white
finish
up
before
in
I
them
go off.
somewhere.
Go ahead.
Okay, they are Black. They were wrong. 1, 2,
Yeah.
they should apologize. 3, if they don't apologize, they got to go.
They got to go. How
His
long are we
beard
gonna?
is
How long
nasty
are we gonna
looking,
give him?
but
Corey?
they didn't have to use those words.
They
I
didn't.
agree.
But was it intentional? Could they have just been acting silly?
They could have been acting silly, thinking they're funny, but Gizelle should know better. Her daddy marched with Dr. King. She should know better.
Mm.
She should know better. Her mother
Yeah.
and father don't play that.
Damn.
She should know better.
Do we get an apology, Michelle? I don't know. I would. It only takes a second to tweet. That apology should have been up by now.
I think they're gonna probably either release a statement or they're gonna, sit down together and, read off a script and be like, oh, we didn't mean it that way. We're Black women. We're this, we're that. But, this has been a topic of conversation on Housewives, how they're colorist, well, not specifically colorist, but the light skins versus the dark skins and how they treat the other side and all of that. It was a very ignorant things to say, the chicken wings and the weed and the watermelon, those are all stereotypes and they were unnecessary. And I think also what is happening is that it's the green eyes, it's the light skin. They have pretty girl syndrome. They feel
It's
like
the better than attitude. Don't forget
exactly. And
Yeah.
you know, Gizelle is backed by the network. She's a producer favorite. Andy Cohen loves her, so she feels like she has this added confidence. Like I run this show. Like this is my show. Like you know how Nene used to be like, I'm the HBIC. Gizelle probably feels that way, but also it's like you can't get on a podcast and just say these really ignorant things. And we're living in the cancel culture generation where one tweet, one thing you say, and your whole career can be, finished. Now, do I think anything is going to happen with them? No, but they should apologize and be more mindful on what they say, especially because, and Wendy tweeted, she said, oh, so what was said? Because, there was an issue with them.
Wendy tweeted?
Yeah, Wendy did tweet. She was like, oh, what was said? That's on Twitter. And everybody was like, oh my God, Wendy, you should drag them. Like, you guys were right. There is an issue. And I just feel like it's the pretty girl syndrome. They are the mean, popular girls from high school who feel like their green eyes and light skin, is just superior to everyone else. And it's annoying. It's tacky. And, James Harden is a very big basketball player. Their fans can really go in on them. Yeah. And it could have an effect on their mental health unless they're, they get it together, and they should apologize.
Calvin, are we being too sensitive?
Honestly, yes. And I'm gonna say it like this. I'm a huge fan of Rhythm Shady. I listen to it every Monday on the way to work. As two Black women, the joke was in bad taste. I agree. An apology is needed. But they were just commenting on the beard. Like the beard, I agree. The beard needs to go. I'm sick of
chicken and watermelon, Calvin.
I eat chicken watermelon. I'm a Black man. Like I got no problem with that.
You don't combine those two in one sentence. That's offensive. I mean,
no,
and she did say,
Sharrell, come on now. As a Black person, we eat watermelon, we eat fried chicken, and I'm sure he does too. Ain't no problem with that. Just cut the beard. Someone stuff on good.
You're not gonna get me to incriminate myself.
But they did say it was racist, though. Gizelle was like, "Oh shit, that was racist. I shouldn't say that or something."
Right, but it was in a joking manner. Like I listen to the podcast every Monday. Like there was no ill intent in there, and I think we are being a little bit too sensitive right now.
Hey, hold on, Calvin. I gotta push back. Are you light skinned?
No, I'm caramel.
You sound light. You got the light sound. It sounds like
I'm gonna put it this way, sure. I barely passed the brown paperback test.
We all know what that is. The
yes.
brown paperback. Yeah. I mean, listen. You gotta stop. You have to say something. It's
right.
offensive. So we're not being sensitive. You gotta stop it, or it'll get worse. If we don't say anything, well, next you'll be calling us nappy head. You never know. We gotta stop it. We gotta make them aware of, if you're gonna be, especially because you don't know this part, especially the way they hold bloggers accountable. I feel some type of way about them. This is a little bit payback. I'm kind of glad. Now it's easy to say the wrong thing and not mean it, and people misinterpret it. But
exactly.
When people misinterpret it, you still have to apologize.
They need to shut it down.
I agree.
The sooner, the better. Already, the Shade Room has posted it. A lot of people are commenting, and they're
Twitter's
saying
blowing up. They're trending.
Exactly.
Black Twitter is in an uproar, and Black
Twitter is in an uproar.
Well, I can guarantee on Monday on Rhythm Shady, there's gonna be an apology.
Calvin, if they don't, you better come back. So
I'm coming back.
Now take it easy. He my fellow B more. But
yes, West Side. Oh,
West Side. West Side.
Yes, Wilkins Avenue, baby. Wilkins Avenue. Let's go.
Okay. EA. Ooh.
Yes, ma'am. Now, Sharrell, let me just piggyback on the whole issue with the casting. I agree that there needs to be some cuts. I would honestly prefer if Katie came back. I highly enjoyed her energy. A lot of people didn't, but Candiace has a mouth, and I was sick. Agree, Kurt. What is she going to be stable enough to endure being on a reality show? That is a question still out. But Candiace needs to go. I'm sick of her mouth. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of Chris. Have a nice day. Talk to Charisse or whatever you do outside of that. bring somebody else. But between that whole first season, I really enjoyed Katie's energy and Ashley. Like I really hope they bring Katie back.
Katie has some problems she's going through now. You do know that, right?
Currently?
Yeah.
Well, previous and
It's been for a few years. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, let's keep her in prayers then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they really want to spice up the show, Gizelle and Robyn, there needs to be some type of falling out because they are now, it's the same thing like season after season after season. Like there has to be.
You want them to stage a fight, a falling out?
Not stage a fight, but I feel like if Robyn really wants to secure her job for the next few years, she needs to kind of have to turn on her girl Gizelle. Because at the end of the day, we've seen it in Atlanta. Cynthia and Nene, they always used to fight. Phaedra and Candy, there has to be a shakeup. Candiace, listen, she does contribute to the show, to Potomac a lot, but I feel like she has got to the point where it's just annoying. It's not entertaining, it's annoying. She's like a mosquito in your ear.
Mm-hmm.
It's just season after season. She has this victim mentality. She contribute? Yes, but I feel like it's always like, woe is me, I'm the victim. It's like she's the aggressor and then she becomes the victim. And it's a lot of, things on Twitter that she says. Mm-hmm. Her whole storyline is, Chris and Mama Dot and all of them. It's like kind of like Mama Joyce and Todd, how they go back and forth. But I feel like with Candiace, she just needs to know how to play the game a little bit better, especially now going into her, 4th or 5th season. It's like Karen and Gizelle, they know how to fight. They know how to make up. They know how to read each other. They know how to go back and forth. They got this whole reality TV housewives game on lock. They understand how to play the game. Candiace, she's very stubborn. She stands by what she says. She goes for the jugular. Andy Cohen, I don't think he likes her anymore. She said a lot of things on that book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember that? Yeah.
She was like, you make money off of us, and that's how you feed your son.
Make her say that. I'm sorry. Keep going, Michelle.
She has a lot of. She is very problematic, and when you're more problematic than you are entertaining, that's the problem. So
speak on it, Michelle.
Guys, I'm trying to bring in a lot of people today.
Let me find out Erica Lau is going to be on there.
Calvin, I'm holding you to it. If they don't apologize, you got to come back.
I was just telling Corey, Sharrell, let me find out that extra friend's going to be Erica Lau's, Giselle's business partner.
Kevin is not going to allow that.
And they will. And that will make Robyn and Gizelle fall out. I can see it now.
They need to fall out in order
Kevin,
for the show to
succeed. Is not going to allow that.
They're not going to fall out because they're good friends. I wouldn't fall out with my friend, and plus they might be lesbians. Is that bad?
Oh wow! Green Eye Band of Love. Okay, let's go.
All right now.
All right. Thank you guys for calling. I appreciate
it.
All
right.
Bye. Bringing up a new group, trying to get a lot of people in today. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Hi.
Hi, Val.
Hey.
Hey, Freddie from England.
Now, let's get started. Don't y'all start my girl named Candiace, okay? Candiace brings something to the show. She'll never start it.
What does she bring? Tears?
She finished it, baby. She finished it.
An alcoholic husband, allegedly.
Neil started that stuff, and Candiace finished it, baby. Do not talk about my girl Candiace, baby. That is my girl. Yes, she do say some crazy shit sometimes, okay? But she is part of that show. She does bring entertainment to that show, okay? And
okay, but first of all, I need you to calm down over there. You are going into a rage.
You're talking about my girl Candiace. I love her.
Number two, we didn't put her in this position. Bravo did. Should she come back demoted, or should she just go out with her head up high?
She should come back demoted.
Yeah.
And then bring it. Then they'll bring her back up. Yeah. That's what she should do.
Yeah.
And I promise you, because I love Candiace. I don't never think she started. She don't never start in that, but she does. She that tat Candiace, honey, and I love it.
Did Candiace call you before you came on the show?
No,
I'm just kidding.
I love her. I love her like I love you, Sharrell.
Oh, thank you. Sound off, Val. What did you want to sound off on?
Look,
first thing I'm gonna say in my Fred Sanford Aunt Esther voice, you green-eyed fool, you. Look, let me tell you something. I believe, I don't care what people talk about. It's not colorism, it's culturism. Let me tell you something. They're both. Okay, they are both. What do Gizelle bring to the show besides trying to be a co-host? That's all Gizelle do is just interview everybody else's business. She needs to be sitting in the chair, not on the show. Okay, because that's all she is an interviewer. She interviewed trying to find some mess. Y'all talk about housewives. How about y'all let her be a wife before y'all put up on the show? How about that? How about that? Stop written dick every season. How about that? How about that? Y'all talk about Candiace. I am a dark-skinned woman, so I'm going to speak up for the dark-skinned women. This is what I can't stand. I can't stand people who don't understand how it is when you feel you're being colorist when you're dark-skinned, when you're not dark-skinned, because you can't see the same thing. I'm sorry, but you just cannot see the same thing. Certain people, when you are dark, you pick out certain things. It's like being on a team and you're the last one picked. They feel that way for reasons. And this is the thing. If you didn't mean nothing about a chicken and a watermelon, why did he have caviar in his beard? Huh?
Wait, that's true. That's true. She
Hello?
said chicken and watermelon. Freddie.
Right. She said caviar. Why didn't she say something else?
Well, do you think that she's going to come back, Val?
Uh-oh. Freddie been playing.
Val?
Candiace,
yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not sure if Candiace going to come back, but I don't think she should come back with a being demoted. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't think that she should be demoted. Because why should she? Huh? Why should she? Everybody else has done stuff.
Her paycheck, and she will give herself an opportunity to possibly come back if she becomes, do a good job.
No, I'm saying, why should she take a cut? Why should she take a cut?
Because they don't like her anymore. That's why.
Well,
and they want her to prove herself.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Who don't like us? The green eyes? They don't like us?
No, Andy Cohen.
I mean, she has said homophobic things and stuff.
That's the whole problem. They say stuff that just don't get caught in. She gets caught in, but I get tired of. Only thing I do not like about Candiace, I like Candiace, but the thing you guys got to stop there with the I'm trying to get on the other side. Girl, be who you are. You be who you are. Okay, you're a dark-skinned black woman. Just represent yourself as you is. You ain't got to sit up here trying to. Well, I'm trying to be on the other side, and y'all know
she has a
nut
nut job husband who claims he's got a black penis.
Well, she's trying to be white, and he's trying to be black. So what's the difference? They're a mixed couple.
Freddie, do you think
she's but if I date a black girl, I don't say I then have a black penis because I've got a girlfriend.
Well, if you do,
black.
I want to see it. If you do, Freddie, I want to see it. If you do, Freddie, I want to see it.
Freddie, you said that Candiace was being homophobic. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
And she got a whole load of backlash from it on Twitter. And that apparently is one of the things why Andy Cohen really went for her on that reunion.
I forgot about that.
But that's like 10 or 12 years ago. And she did come back and apologize. She said she's not going to make no excuses for it. She did come back. And she said, I apologize.
But it's too late, though.
Yeah.
It's too late. People sort of know your true thoughts. It's like when Jenny. It's like when Jenny.
But Lisa, has somebody ever used the N-word and you've never forgot it? Freezing here. Are you guys freezing?
I mean,
no, Sharrell, your thing froze and knocked us all off or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's my internet.
Let me say, people don't forget when you say crap. People don't forget when you say the N-word. People say it, they say it. It just people get caught saying things. People, every gay, it's just like you're not gonna like every gay person. You're not gonna like every black person. You're not
being accent, and it was a bad joke that went totally wrong. And
was
that's
I'll
past that.
believe that. I'll
It
believe
was
that,
past
Lisa,
that.
when they apologize.
yeah,
So
okay.
let's
I
wait for
won't.
the
I won't believe
apology
it.
and see what
I won't
happens.
believe it
I
then
mean,
either.
I don't believe they color. Like I said, they said on Tommy is colorism. I don't see it. I mean, I just see all these beautiful black women on there.
Where
That
do you see him as Giselle them friend? Name a Giselle dark skinned friend, please. Find one. Find
well,
one.
she was
Let me
up
tell you
on
something. You are what you are. You are your surroundings. Please find one. You want to keep on saying that. Anybody gonna come back and say sorry for a dollar bill? We already know she a dollar bill. What other job? Find somebody with a job. How about that? They don't even have no job. What's Robin's job? What's Giselle's job? So this whole show is their job. Find somebody with a job. At least Candiace trying to sing. Whether it's auto tune or not. If they turn that auto tune off, she gonna have to get that career up too, though. But I'm just saying. The thing is, find
Well,
somebody
you
with a
know,
damn
Candace got
job.
her one.
All right,
Huh?
y'all.
Hold on.
Let me end it here because I'm having problems with my internet. Someone said it's probably Russia.
It probably is.
Listen, let me try to bring out some new people. Thank you,
All
Val.
right.
Thank you.
Bye,
Love you,
Sharrell.
Sharrell.
Bye.
Take care, guys. Bye bye. Let me see if I can bring on some other people because something is going on. And today was the day when I tried to take a lot of calls from callers. Hey, Kendrick.
Hi.
Hey, Jordy. How are you? Jordy, can you hear us?
Uh-oh.
Welcome back, Freddie.
Thank you.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you
I
perfectly.
can.
Okay, good. Can you hear us, Melon?
Yes.
Okay. Let's, Freddie, finish up what you were saying. What were your other thoughts?
Okay, so James Harden, the whole beard he's got, that's sort of part of his brand, isn't he? When he was at the
Right. I don't know where they got
wasn't
that from.
Sorry? But he's known as the beard.
Right.
Yeah.
I was confused when when you played the audio. I was confused. I was like, what has this got to do with what y'all talking about? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
It was because of the Gizelle and Candiace thing about what they said about him. I just don't, to be honest, I don't really get why they said it was so unnecessary. I guess they were maybe talking about the transfer and his transfer going to the 69ers and things. But yeah, that was weird to me. I mean, I reckon that Robyn is probably jealous that James Harden is worth about $400 million and Juan blew all his money on I don't know, bars and finding other women, maybe.
Hold on one second. Can you see, Andrea, can you guys hear and see us now? Because people are saying it's blurry and they can't hear.
I can see you guys.
Okay, thank you, Todd. Thank you. All right. Were you finished, Freddie? I don't want to cut you off.
Oh no, I was just saying about I just don't really get why they were talking about James Harden. But Robyn, she needs to be fired. She is probably the most boring person. We don't care. We know that Juan doesn't want you and probably wants Michael Darby.
Pretty much.
Well, Candiace, again, we know that Chris likes hanging out at the bar, spending all his money on booze.
That's why he drinks so doggone much.
He should just drive back to Chris's local bar joint. I don't know.
He definitely been driving in them bars, all right, and having shot after shot after shot every single time she brings up mess to him. Trust me.
Melanin, what do you want to add to the conversation? Because this is crazy.
I can't believe that I'm on here, but hi, Sharrell.
Hi. Welcome.
Thank you. In my opinion, all three are colorists: Robyn, Gizelle, and Harden. And I'll never understand. Yes. Harden's preference is white women in or the lighter the brighter. And I will never understand why any dark-skinned woman would ever fight his fight. Unfortunately, his preference is basically disrespecting him, and that's just the way I feel about it. People say that Giselle's father marched with Martin Luther King, and I do respect that. That is our, that's our history. I respect the for doing that, but that Gizelle's persona and the way she presents herself shows the culture in the home, because for her to have this elitist attitude the way she has, and it's, to me, it comes across as colorist, even though her children are of a browner skin tone due to their dark father.
Right.
What was going on in her household that she has this type of mindset that she's better than because of this complexion and eyes. So yes, her dad did march with Dr. Martin Luther King, and that is appreciated because that's our history and that helped us forward.
Really?
We cannot negate her disposition of who she is in this particular culture. And Robyn, she's just, she's on the coattails. She's with whoever. She's flip-flop. It really doesn't matter. And for Candiace, a lot of people in regards to Candiace, you have to think of, everyone is jumping, well, not everyone. A lot of the dark-skinned people are jumping on her behalf due to her being dark-skinned. However, Candiace is very coddled. She's of a privileged background. So her mouth and her way of thinking is not to the benefit of being, oh, I'm dark-skinned and, respect me. She's coming from an elitist attitude also. She just happens to be of a darker complexion.
Right.
So we can't argue for her either. She doesn't know the plight. She's never had to go through that particular struggle, because I'm quite sure she was probably one of a few Black people in her, her schooling, her upbringing, and what have you. And she probably never had to encounter true colorism in its form. So I don't think that we need to really jump to her defense either. She needs to learn some etiquette, and she needs to start to watch her mannerisms in her mouth, because she comes off with her mouth as if she has some type of street credibility that she doesn't have. And unfortunately, I would never want her to meet up with someone who will basically show her a different way of thinking.
Do you feel bad because she's being pushed out?
I believe she's definitely being pushed out, and it's not for the simple fact of her fight with Monique.
Nope.
I think it is because of her rhetoric that she made about the gay community with Lee Cohen. He's not defending her because of that fight. It's simply because of what she said, how she said it, and when she said it. Nothing to do with Monique at all. But yes, she is being forced out, unfortunately, but maybe fortunate. Who knows?
Yep. It's time for her to go. Time to pack up her bags and ship on out of here.
I think Gizelle's head's been messed up because she can't accept the fact that Jamal cheated on her constantly and doesn't want her. And secondly, the other problem she's got is she lives in a house in the shape of a strap-on, so that maybe is sort of.
I mean, when is she gone over that? I mean, when has she got over that? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, it does.
Yep, she still got that. She still got that horse on her back, baby. I mean, that's why we can see her as a one-trick pony. I mean, seriously,
that girl's riding around Potomac. Let me tell you.
Yes, because she's been the preference of a lot of Black men throughout her lifetime, and Jamal has basically thrown her to the wayside so many times that it's really probably messed with her mentally, because she can't understand. Not me. I'm the highest of the high. How could you not want me? So yeah, she is mentally confused, and yes, her home shows her confusion even on a broader level.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, she definitely has delusions and confusions. Trust me.
Guys, I'm trying to get a lot of callers in today. Thank you guys so much for calling in.
Thank you so much.
Freddie, I won't forget it. Okay.
One thing is, I hope that
Escalade,
aka Escalade, is not returning. I hope she's driven off in an Escalade.
No one's gonna miss Escalade. No.
I mean, was she even there? I mean, seriously. I mean, as much as I love the fashion a little bit, other than that, what else?
The husband offered more than her.
Yeah, he was fine. Trust me, I know that.
Okay. All right, guys. Let me bring on the guru. Thank you guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye, guys. Bye-bye. Kendrick's too much. Let me try to bring in some more. Hi, Ro. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing, Sharrell?
Good. Hey, Carrie.
Hi, Sharrell.
Carrie, you sound off first.
Okay, so I was calling about the Gizelle and Robyn situation. So I'm not sure if many people know about Real Housewives of Johannesburg. That's like a separate franchise, and I've gotten into that recently.
Do you live in South Africa?
No, I live in Texas.
Okay, go ahead.
But I was watching the reunion, and the issue with that franchise was that there was one white woman and everyone else was black. And the one white woman, she had like a party that was called the Crystal Side and the Dark Side. And I was like, oh,
yeah, we don't like that title. What does that mean?
Thank you.
It was like the Crystal Side was like her name was Crystal. That was the name of the cast member. And then the Dark Side was like for everyone else who was against her. But then the black people were like, hold on, like that has a lot of undertones to that. And I feel like Gizelle and Robyn, not saying that they need to go and watch the show, but they have to be more cognizant of their words that are coming out of their mouth. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm a blogger. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Like, you're a black woman. You've been raised to be a black woman. You know better. Like, it makes no sense. So,
when you're black, you know you don't chicken and watermelon. That's what did it for me.
Exactly. Like, how do you say that about another black man? And then, of course, we're all going to be talking about it now. So it's just really crazy.
If they would have just said chicken, I might have let it slide. But watermelon, ain't a watermelon.
No.
Right. Like,
no.
And you're our people, and you're saying it's about our people. Like, that's just so degrading. It's so degrading. Like, there's no words that they can say that I'd be like, oh, okay, I understood where you were coming from with that.
Thank you.
Bro, right now, Twitter is blowing up. People are going in on them. They're trending right now. Do they apologize?
Yes, they apologize. I don't, there was one girl you had on there that said about, higher education and Spike Lee, the girls being better than them. That's exactly what it is. It is a stereotypical mentality that they were spouting. Now, the colorists, because like everybody said, they think that their light skin and green eyes are the best, and every man wants them regardless of whether you're dark or not. That is not true, darling. But the fact remains.
What I meant was, are they going to apologize? And how long do you give them to them?
2 days, like you all said, and I don't, you know what?
I said 1 day. I said 24 hours. I said 1 day.
Oh, you did? I give them 2 days because I can see Gizelle and Robyn calling each other, talking about it first, making conferences. What should we do? What should we not do?
2 days? You need 2 days? They are trending right now. They have to know about this. Wendy Osifo came out. 2 days? You're being too nice, Ro.
It has? Okay, never mind. Then they need to hurry up and apologize. 24 hours. I agree with you. I didn't.
They got 28. They got 24 hours. And this time, if they didn't apologize, y'all come back to my show tomorrow. I am dragging for Phil. Okay?
I will be dragging you with them. I am so serious. That is so ridiculous. Chicken and watermelon.
It's ridiculous.
So crazy.
Anyway, I'm trying to get a lot of callers in today. Thank you guys for calling in. Are you guys first-time callers?
Yes,
I am. And it's my birthday, so thank you, Sharrell.
What did you say?
I said it's my birthday, so thank you, Sharrell.
Happy birthday. All right, you guys.
Thank you
so much. I'm going to bring up another set. Last callers, and then we got to go. Hi, Sin. Hey, Callie.
Hey.
Okay, let's sound out with you, Curves. What do you think about what's going on?
I think that the Green Eyed Bandit.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I think the Green Eyed Bandits need to apologize immediately. I think that that's exactly what Candiace has been talking about.
Okay.
That's exactly what Wendy has been talking about. And now they let their slip show, and they need to adjust their slip and apologize. Yep. And then as far as Candiace being voted off the show, voted off the island.
Hold on 1 second, Curves. Sin, I'm going to mute you. You got some sound noises in the background, okay? I can't hear. Go ahead, Curves. I don't mean to interrupt.
No worries. And then as far as Candiace, is it confirmed?
Okay.
Demoted, or that she's not here?
I got this information from somebody close to the situation. I'll put it that way. Yeah.
Because I feel like that could be fake news. Why would they
it's fake news?
Fake news, lies. Because I think that why would they get rid of the only person with the storyline? Robyn does.
Okay, well then what does she mean by when one door closes, another one opens? And
when I saw that, I was wondering if she was saying that kind of in reference to Monique. Like, because Monique had the door closed on her on Real Housewives of Potomac, and now her new show is about to start airing this month, right?
Oh yeah, But
so that could be, I don't know. It was a cryptic post, but cryptic doesn't mean demoted. You know what I mean? And it just wouldn't make sense. She's the only authentic person there. She didn't have to pay a boyfriend. She didn't have to make a relationship up with the ex. She doesn't have to play house with the ex-man. She doesn't have to freaking call her geriatric, used to be Bill Gates' husband up on the thing to try to smooch him and remarry him to have storylines.
Damn.
Things going on in her life. And if the people can't appreciate it, then maybe the people need to have their attitudes adjusted.
It's not about the people. What about the rumors that Andy Cohen doesn't like her?
She even said in her podcast with that Leah girl that, yes, Andy Cohen did say that he can't stand two housewives, and she is one of them. And
Andy Cohen said that?
He also said that she's great for TV. So I don't see him getting rid of what's great for TV.
Andy Cohen said he doesn't like two housewives and she's one of them?
Yeah, that's what she said on, if you go back to her not her reasonable podcast, but she has a podcast also with a girl. And it just got picked up for their second season. I listen to it often. And that was a topic just this week about how Andy
That's
Cohen.
even worse. Why would Andy Cohen say that?
Well, he said it was Kenya and her. He said he can't stand Kenya.
He said he can't stand Kenya?
Yes. He said he can't stand Kenya. And he said he can't stand Candiace, but that Candiace is going anywhere because she's great for TV. That's what Candiace and her co-host in this podcast said this week.
Andy is messy. Kelly, can you imagine a boss coming out?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I did get a vibe that Andy doesn't like her at the reunion, but I was really just calling in because I was wanting to agree with you guys about Gizelle. And honestly, my friend clocked her the first season when she said something negative about Ashley wearing her natural hair. My friend was like, something ain't right with this chick. And I kind of put it out of my mind. I was like, well, she seems to love her daughters and her daughters don't look like her. But those are her daughters. Maybe she feels that they're special.
Look, for the sake of, I'm playing devil's advocate because I think she's colorist too. But for the people that say she married a dark man, her children are dark, she made a mistake, what do you say to those people?
I think that what she said was so egregious. It, like you said, if she would have just said chicken, or I wonder if he gets chicken stuck in his beard when he's eating chicken or whatever. But what she said was clearly something racist.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was no reason to have used that term in 2022. I couldn't even believe that people were still talking like that. This is 2022.
Right? You cannot be African American, light skin, dark skin, middle, whatever, and not know that those were trigger words.
Right?
Yeah.
But you know what? Her family is from Louisiana, and I can tell you I grew up in Louisiana, and I was brutally made fun of for having a large nose to the point where I wanted to drop out of school.
People say you had a large nose.
Yes. Like I could barely go to school.
That's not a large nose.
Disruption to the class.
You're saying that they're really like a certain look down there? Is that what you're saying?
It's not. People keep saying colorism is not skin tone. It's about not looking like a West African person.
Yes.
In general.
Exactly.
You can be lighter than me, but if you have a wide nose and big lips, that's a problem.
Right.
And it wasn't, I mean, now everybody's wearing their hair like this, but that was not acceptable, 15, 20 years ago to walk out of the house with your hair like this. It just wasn't.
You wasn't getting
and when she saw Ashley, because I think Ashley might have been the first woman on one of these shows to wear her natural kinky hair. Ashley has since straightened it a lot. And now it's not kinky anymore. But when Ashley first came on the show, her hair was like this.
Yeah.
And Gizelle made a really smart remark about her hair. And my best friend was like, she ain't right. Yeah,
But-
if she clocked her then.
Callie, does she swallow her pride and apologize?
Of course she needs to apologize. She should be lucky she's not being fired. And I to be honest, if the Black community would really hold other Black people accountable for the things that they do, she would be fired. But we give a pass to other Black people, but sometimes they're just as damaging as someone who isn't Black.
Gotcha.
I don't think she should get a free pass, but the show is in trouble because this is a show built upon most of these people on this show don't really have a husband. They don't really have a storyline. They really have no show if they start getting rid of everyone who's problematic. Like the whole show would have to be recast. So this show is I know the ratings are good, but if you really look at this show, I don't feel like most of these people have a real storyline. Mia is at least married. I know that she used her mom a lot for a storyline and people didn't like that. I didn't care for it either, but at least she is married. Candiace is married, but that Chris was not her manager. That was a fake story. I mean, let's just be real.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Candiace has a real manager. This is
well, I know hers
rough.
doesn't think she's getting demoted. But let's say for the sake of this video that she is. Does she come back anyway?
I think that she should just I know you guys don't like her singing, but her album actually did not do bad. I think she should go. She's not a bad actress at all. I watched the movie with her in. I honestly think she needs to get off this show and just become an actress because her staying on this show is going to make people see her as the person on this show, and she's not going to be able to have an acting career.
That's true. What do you think about that, Sin? That it's giving her a bad reputation being on this show. Sin, are you there? Sin?
What about?
Go ahead, Curves.
Like this whole bad reputation for being on the show. How many stars do we know that?
Oh, we lost you for a minute. Curves.
Can y'all hear me?
Sin, we've been trying to talk to you. Can you hear us? Okay, I'm gonna have to drop you, Sin. Sorry. Go ahead.
You hear me? So yeah, like all these. Nicki Minaj goes in on people. Cardi B goes in on people. I mean, name a star that doesn't go in on somebody.
That's true. Say it again, Callie.
As a character. That's the thing. Usually when actresses go on reality shows, it ruins their career because they cannot be seen as a character once you see their real personality. And I honestly think that Candiace could be a real actress. But she needs to take the bullet, take a leap, and get off this show. She needs to take a chance and just get out there and pursue acting and get off this show.
Me and my mom were just talking about Candiace, and we kind of feel like she's too good for the show. She has
she needs to get off the show.
That she doesn't need the show. The other people need the show. She has school. She's going for how many degrees?
Exactly.
I'm getting an echo. Can you hear us now, Sin? Something's going on. Sin?
So she has acting, she's double degreed, she can sing, she has a family, start having babies soon, you know, or eventually, maybe after she graduates from this last degree or whatever she's working on, maybe. But she has a lot. I think she's too good for the show.
Yeah, I honestly think she needs to leave this show, and I don't think they're paying her that much that it's worth this risk for her because I think that it's just going to ruin any future opportunities. I don't perceive her staying on this show and being able to have an acting career. A real acting. I don't see it because you see so much of her personality, you can't see her as a character. And I don't know if the singing thing is going to happen. She's in her 30s. Let's just be real. It's very hard to have a singing career when you start older. It really is.
Well, here's the good news. They start filming next week.
So we'll find out for sure.
We'll find out for sure. We don't have to wait long. Next week. All right, you guys. Thank you so much.
Tomorrow, if they don't apologize tonight, you dragging them tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
I am dragging tomorrow. All right. Thank you guys for calling in. Take care. That's so funny. All right, you guys. We got in a lot of callers today, so that was very, very good. I'm not kidding. Gizelle needs to apologize. If she doesn't, hold on. Is that Perry? You want to come up? Did you want to say something?
Oh yeah. Real quick, I would say this: a good show today. I mean, it's different opinions all over the place. I think reality TV is nothing real about it. It's something that bring out the ugliness in people.
Yep.
Because everybody's fighting for a fake storyline. Nothing's real.
Yeah.
And like Callie said, I don't think when people say colorist, because I don't really use that word like that. I either say you don't like blacks or whatever, right? But I think what she's saying, people try to avoid the stereotypes. Like, say, Robyn and Gizelle, they get the lighter skin, green eyes, or whatnot. They try to disassociate themselves with the stereotypes that most black people have to live with. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
Okay. Remember Jenny, and I said that I don't feel like Jenny even like her own culture.
Ooh,
certain people get to the
on
point
us, Perry.
that they get to the point where they feel like they're above their own culture. It happened in every race. You know, I'm not even sure about the white race, but I'm sure you got people who feel like they're above other
The
whites.
rich white people. You got it in every race.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think when they get these certain things, they just embrace that and feel like, oh, well, I'm not really black. I'm not this. And those poor blacks eating the chicken and watermelons. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different kind of thing, right? But the crazy part about it, I think if that was a white person who said it, it will be backlash. Like Callie said, I mean, I think we got to sometimes hold ourselves accountable. And we all like to have fun and joke. But you got to know the temperature of the room when you do.
Yep.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
are they going to apologize, Perry? Are they going to apologize?
If they do, it'd be very weak because they feel privileged. And apologizing would admit them doing something wrong. And they're above that. So don't wait for no legit apology.
Okay. All right. You said your piece. We'll be back tomorrow because I'm not joking. If there's no apology, we gotta follow. No, we're coming back tomorrow anyway. We're gonna analyze the apology. Anyway, I wanted to thank everyone for your super chats. You don't have to support the channel, but you do, so I appreciate it at the bottom of my heart. Thanks everyone in the chat for being so opinionated. That's what this channel is about. Thank you everybody for calling in. If I didn't get to your call, I do apologize. But we'll be back tomorrow with the same topic because I'm not joking with them two. They better apologize. All right, Perry, let's say bye on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.